Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. Going along with the current videos I've been doing a little bit less and trying to focus on just specific things that it might pop up that I thought have been really helpful to me, that might be really helpful to new players or players that don't aren't able to have a lot of time to play. I'm going to try to keep these videos short. Um, Recently, as you know, we created a corporation, and one of the things that has jumped at me is the fact that living the scavenger lifestyle that I have for the last 2 years in Eve, playing by myself, it is very eye-opening to force you to learn different things, but it is also very limiting as far as you only are able to work on things within the game that you either see or things that you see that you want to do research on. Um, Being part of a corporation and us trying to be mainly focused PvP, we're about to start doing our first major fleet ups this weekend. Um, I've been having to focus more on flying ships that might be both fun for me but helpful for others. And my first set of ships that I'm trying to do are cruisers. Now, I'm not going to get into the fitting of it. What I'm going to talk about are two really good things for both new players and people who play by themselves a lot. Um, in Eve if you were to join a corporation. Um, and those are number one, if I have not done a lot of fitting in my time. I've basically taken what I had, did some basic rheumatic. I hope I used the right word there. I don't think I did. Um, what I needed at the time and what I had at the time to do things, and I had a lot of fun with that. Now I'm looking for specific purposes. And whenever you're doing specific purposes for a fit, um, you have to be a little bit careful. And so, um, really quickly, one mistake, and I learned from my mistakes. One mistake that I learned from was not taking my time on my fits. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can get fits. You can watch videos, you can look it up on Reddit, you can look it up on help pages, you can use the in game fits, um, and you can even do what I did. Was one of my favorite channels is Saber SG. I want to focus on flying uh, uh, thoraxes and executors, executors, um, and to start off with to get into cruiser PvP. So I watched one of his solo PvP flights and made up my own little fit here. But in the meantime, before we got into that, I started working on my own fits. And this is my first hint. It's going to be really quick, but just to show you here, um, take your time doing your fits. And the mistake I had was I needed to get out there and shoot something. Instead, what I'm doing, and this is painful to show you, I'm going to minimize this window. I am currently mining. I am currently mining, or because I don't want to lose this time. It takes a little bit of that pressure off. I'm actually doing something productive while I'm fitting. Um, but as far as fitting, this is not the fit that I currently have. The ship that I had made up, um, the thorax that I came up with on my own, not looking at anybody else's, made one major error. And that was and I'll just pull it up here. I was trying to use armor repairs on my ship, um, and I had very low skills. And then I was using a rig that increased the power grid um, expense. I was trying to use, I think it was a nano pump here, and it was a repair um, at the expense of increased power grid need for them. So, in other words, I was using, and you want to use that if you can. But then at the same time, I was trying to use neutron blasters in the high slots. Now I'm talking a lot of blah blah blah. Um, a really good fitter could do that. I'm not a good fitter, and I didn't take the time to do that. So by the time I threw on the neutron blasters, and then threw on the rig, and then threw on the armor repairer, and just any propulsion mod, I didn't have hardly any power grid left for the rest of the stuff. Now my skills weren't that great, stuff like that, but I didn't take my time for that. And then I just threw on some random stuff after that. In the last week, and this is my hint, is, and over the last week, is take your time. There's no reason to go running out there and shooting things. Take your time. And I had to do that. What I ended up doing was I was like, you know what, just go mine a little while you're working on your rigs. You know, now I wake up in the morning. It is 8 o'clock my time on my first day of the weekend. I got a cup of coffee in the hand, and I'm sitting back, and I'm working on my rig setup for the PvP that we're going to be doing later on today. And if I want to use a nano pump and an armor repairer, I got that time to think about it where it will affect everything else. What skills do I need to limit that? And rather than just go running out there. If you don't have the time for that, this is the second one that is kind of awesome. And this is probably more helpful to everyone, and something that I have had very lacking in me in the last 2 years is getting information from others. Now, what we've done in our corp is I've given everybody access to being able to make fits, to make corporate fits, and this can be very fun. So, just to give you an example, I had originally come up with a Clarence Pilgrim's PvP crappy thorax fit. Okay, so that was this. And then I went and watched a video like I used to do, watching a Saber SG that PvP one-on-one fit here, and came up with a Tech 1 version of Saber SG's thorax PvP fit. Now that's not a perfect one because we're going to be fleeting up, but this was a one-on-one. Then after that, my corp mate had actually thrown in another fit here that was very similar to Saber SG's, but had some differences. And you notice with Saber SG's, his is one-on-one, and it is a structure tank fit. No armor repair, and then up here, he's got the advanced bulkheads. Come on down here to Vinny's armor, and he's got very similar stuff, same guns. He's got bulkheads here. He's got one web of fire, but he's got an armor repair because he's able to figure that out. And now I can fly the ship that my buddy made. Does that mean I'm going to fly what he came up with? Possibly. It could be that I take what he did and change my Clarence Pilgrim's PvP armor crappy thorax fit to be something between the two of them, so it's mine. But this can be fun. And when you just want to relax before you go out and shoot something, to have that extra input from a corporation, so you can bounce things off of each other and make the game yourself. I always like to focus on things that make... Ooh, wait. My cargo hold's full. Oh my gosh, my mining cargo hold is full. What am I ever going to do? Long story short, it is one of the major things that I found that I really like about being part of a small corporation is we're starting to bounce ideas off of each other, and that is what can make the game more fun than just, let's pull in my drones, we'll go ahead and dock here in a second. God, I feel so dirty mining. But it takes the game from the spreadsheets in space, it takes it from that point at that thing and shoot it and how much DPS you do. It takes it away from the missions, like from Grand Theft Auto, where it's like, you need to go to this point, pick this thing up and bring it back here. Or you need to go to this point and shoot these guys. this is where one of those times where the game is no longer that straightforward, and it's a lot more fun to me. So, going too long here. 10 minutes. All right. Not a. Just wanted to let you guys know I'm still around, and no specific thing. It's just a philosophy of the game itself. So awesome. Hey, that's all I got for today, you guys. I'm going to be playing a lot today and tomorrow and the next day and having some fun. So I hope you guys do too. Fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however you want. I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.